Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And I'm Brian Sanders. Our First Alert Action Day continues all day long today through at least tomorrow morning. We have snow returning to the Front Range along with icy roads impacting your commute.
Though the snow and ice might be more of a nuisance for you for the rest of the day, it is good news for people looking to hit the slopes this weekend. Here's meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo with an update from the First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, especially if you're making that trek down to southwestern Colorado. Heavy snow expected there. We'll talk about that coming up. Walking out the door this morning, though, we've had a mix of conditions. Downtown has been dry. Here's a look in Boulder, though, there on Pearl Street. They had some light snow near the foothills. And on the far eastern plains and up across northern and northeastern Colorado, we've had some icy conditions, freezing fog, freezing drizzle, and really icy conditions through the early morning. Here's what's going to happen today. We'll get a little clearing. You can see here along I-25 through midday today. Upper 20s by 11, low 30s by about 3, and then another mix of rain and snow developing this afternoon for the evening commute. Southwestern Colorado is going to again see a good 1 to 2 feet of snow by late tonight, early tomorrow. And here in town, we could see around 1 to 2 inches. The snow is going to fill in a bit more tonight. That's at 8:30. And then through the evening hours, we could see around 3 to 6 inches across parts of northeastern Colorado with some blizzard-like conditions, some areas of blowing snow. It's going to be colder through early tomorrow, but skies will start to clear out. And by 12 o'clock tomorrow on Saturday, look at the winds coming in out of the northwest. It's going to be gusty. It's going to make our upper 30s feel more like teens and 20s, but skies will gradually clear out across the state by the afternoon. So tomorrow, clearing skies, windy, upper 30s for highs. And then on Sunday, things start to look a little better. We're in the mid 40s under a mostly sunny sky. And then look at next week, 50s. So hang on with us through today. It's cold. It's a First Alert Action Day, but much warmer weather next week.
Despite the above-average snowpack this season and regular snowfall, we are still not out of our concerning drought. You can see here the U.S. Drought Portal shows that red area in the southwest part of the state, only reducing a little bit in the last month. Still severe drought conditions. That's the orange there. And then even here closer to Denver, we're seeing that abnormally dry weather. We've had about 19.5 inches of snowfall this season in Denver. That's the official airport total. By the end of February, we should see 35 inches of snow, and it doesn't look like we're going to get there. But if you are heading out to ski this weekend, it's looking like it'll be another good weekend. So if you didn't get enough time last weekend during the long holiday weekend, roads are looking pretty good right now. We are still expecting more snowfall, though, so if you can, head out early. Nicole Brady, Denver 7.
Good advice. Thanks, Nicole. And it is snowing just in time for hundreds of people to take the plunge for Special Olympics Colorado at Aurora Reservoir tomorrow.
There they go. Molly, Lisa, and Jacqueline Allen will all be out there guiding the jumpers into the frigid waters. The money helps 25,000 athletes participate in athletics and other programs here in Colorado.
And this weekend's plunge is the first of 7 planned over the next few weeks. The Denver 7 team is taking the jump March 10th at Wash Park. For information on donating, or maybe you want to take part yourself, visit the community page of thedenverchannel.com.
If you live in the Denver metro, you're going to have to deal with 2 more nights of those loud, low-flying helicopters overhead. We have received so many calls from Denver 7 viewers asking, what's up here? Well, the U.S. Army Special Ops Command say the helicopters are from Fort Campbell in Kentucky. They're doing exercises to prepare for a national emergency. So yes, we know it may be annoying to you, but it is important for the greater good. And it's also important, police say, don't call 911 to report the helicopters. That impacts their ability to respond to actual emergencies.
Colorado could be well represented when the 2020 presidential election comes around. Democratic Senator Michael Bennet introduced himself as a possible candidate at an event in Iowa last night. He went right after President Donald Trump, telling the crowd, quote, "We don't have to settle for disgraceful politics." He says he's a long way off from any official announcement. And Bennet could join former Governor John Hickenlooper in the race. This is video from his trip to New Hampshire last week, which is one of the first 2 states to vote. This weekend, he heads to the 2nd. He'll be at an event tomorrow in Iowa. The Iowa caucus is now less than a year away on February 3rd. Hickenlooper is expected to announce if he's planning to run in the next few weeks.
The city of Denver is still trying to convince upset residents in the Globeville neighborhood to support the tiny home village that is helping homeless people get back on their feet. City officials want to move the village from 38th and Blake to a lot the city owns at 44th and Pearl in the Globeville neighborhood. However, neighbors reached out to us upset about how the city screens its residents and that they didn't get a say earlier in the process. The city council was supposed to vote on the move earlier this week, but postponed the vote because of those complaints.
Is we should not be pitting low-income communities against other low-income communities. And I think the tiny home village is being caught in the middle of a really bad process.
And there are some other issues, too. Neighbors have asked the city to clean up this lot for years now, but that didn't happen until the city wanted to move the tiny home village into there. The city wants to work on a good neighbor agreement with the residents in Globeville, but some people say they don't want the village there at all. There is a community meeting tomorrow at Laridan Hall. The meeting was first scheduled for today and then moved, which has some neighbors upset again about the lack of notice.
This morning, we're following up with your comments on a 360 story about a change in plastic straw regulations here in Denver. Come Monday, our state lawmakers debate a bill to join a national trend in regulating plastic straws at restaurants. Under the bill, restaurants would stop handing out plastic straws, and instead it would be up to the customers to ask for one. Bill sponsors say this is a way to cut down on waste here in Colorado. Keith sent us an email saying, quote, "It seems to me all straws could be eliminated if the drink container used lids like coffee cup lids or milk boxes." But Jose Torres Vega has cerebral palsy and says this approach would hurt people like him.
I cannot grab it. If I manage to grab it, in the process of bringing it to my face, I'm going to spill everything.
So you can keep this conversation going right now when you send an email to 360@thedenverchannel.com.
Competitors from 16 different countries are in Denver for the World Cup Ice Climbing Championships this weekend. The opening ceremonies are today. The competition starts tomorrow morning. And take a look at the competition wall in Denver's Civic Center Park. This was the construction of it. There are 4 different routes on that 60-foot tall wall for competitors to compete in speed climbing and lead climbing.
Yeah, ice climbing is really unique because it combines all kinds of movement and technique that you wouldn't find in any other sports.
The competitions run from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow and Sunday. And also at the same time, there's a winter festival in the park with an ice maze, fat bike course, and other activities. That festival and the climbing competition are free.
Going to be a fun weekend. Well, have you joined the food hall bandwagon? They're popping up all over our growing metro area.
And so many options inside. Broadway Market on Broadway between 9th and 10th in Denver is now open. Denver 7's Eric Looper got a sneak peek on what to expect.
Eric Loofer here at the Broadway Market off of 9th and Market. We're at a food hall, and this is such a popular trend here in the downtown area, from the Stanley Marketplace in Aurora, the Milk Market in the heart of downtown, now Broadway Market. You got everything you need here: breakfast, lunch, dinner, a lot of vendors, shopping, and of course, alcohol, even a pour your own model where you go and pour your own beer. This is a perfect scenario for restaurant owners. They're sharing the wealth in this 15,000 square foot facility, but also sharing the costs of running it. And that's one of the reasons why food halls are becoming so popular in the Denver area. It is open, 9th and Broadway. Come check it out. I'm Eric Loofer, Denver 7.
It's going to be really cool. And the opening of Broadway Market coincides with Denver Restaurant Week, which kicks off along the Front Range. This is your chance to check out some of the best food our area has to offer for a reduced price.
Where to begin? Restaurants can offer $25, $35, and $45 price points for their 3-course meals. In total, 242 restaurants are participating through March 3rd. And we know it's a lot of menus to go through, so we have you covered right now on this story at thedenverchannel.com.
Hey, if you're bummed out about the snow today, try to do your best to be as happy as these pandas in Washington, D.C.
Hard not to smile here. The Smithsonian's National Zoo shared this video of their pandas rolling around in the snow. They are having tons of fun there. No other creature moves or tumbles quite like a panda does. In its caption on Facebook, the zoo said, "Roll into snow day like a panda."
And roll into your Friday like that. It is. I could watch that video all day. So
I
cute.
know.
This has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thanks for joining us.
Check back here later tonight for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Molly Hendrickson. Have a great day.